Mortal Kombat 10. Is it worth a buy? Let's read the description, guys. Experience the next generation of the #1 fighting franchise. Mortal Kombat 10 combines unparalleled cinematic presentation with all new gameplay. So what is Mortal Kombat? Well, it's the same game that it was in pretty much 1991. It's a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up where you have lots of different moves and combinations, and then when you got the guy pretty much knocked out on his feet, you do a fatality move, which will be a cinematic of you, I don't know, jumping up in the air, ripping his head off, taking a dump down his neck and wiping your ass on his tunic, or something like that. That's the game. Nothing more to see, really. It's never moved on one bit since 1991, since I was playing this on the Amiga as a little hyped up child. It's just exactly the same game. Oh, sorry, no, it's now AAA because the full game now costs £60 or $90. You can buy half the game for £34 or $60, but if you want the full everything, because obviously nowadays they just get a game, cut it in half and sell it in bits. The premium edition used to be called the full game when I was a kid, but now it's the premium edition where you get what you should be getting for your £34, but they decided that it'd be much better for them if they'd just give you half the game. I can almost hear the fanboys now. Oh no, Mac, you got story mode, you got crypt mode, you got tower mode, you got multiplayer, you got your single player, you got your faction mode. Alright then, I'll quickly run down what all of these modes are. They're all the same as single player mode, choosing anybody to fight. That's pretty much it. Story mode is 8 hours of cutscenes where you don't even really interact. Now and then it'll say press Y, press X, press B, press A, and it doesn't matter whether you do that or not, you still end up with the same outcome, because I actually tried that. I pressed all the wrong keys and still got to the fucking fight. Then all of a sudden, two guys will come into the cutscene, maybe it's Johnny Cage and Sub-Zero. There'll be a bit of dialogue. Then all of a sudden, you're back to the 2D side-scrolly, jumpy up and downy beat-em-up game, and you have to beat Sub-Zero to progress in the story. So you take on the role of Johnny Cage, you beat Sub-Zero, then it carries on with a cutscene where you get another 5 minutes of this movie, and then all of a sudden Raiden will appear, and then Raiden has to fight, I don't know, some other and then it'll go to a 2D side-scrolling, the same thing that you get in 1991, and then you beat the fight, and then it carries on. So story mode is exactly the same as it was back in 1991. It's just the same game. And then you've got tower mode. Oh, what's tower mode? Well, you've got these different towers that you have to beat, and each tower comprises of maybe 6 or 7 fights of different skilled opponents, and you have to fight them one at another to progress up the tower, which basically is exactly the same game mode again, because as you do the fights are just what they are, a 2D side-scrolling jumping up and down beat 'em up. So that's the same. So these are just the way. You can see the devs are just trying to think of as many different ways of playing the same fucking game as they can. You know, you might as well just not bother with any of them modes. Same with faction wars. It's just, oh, I'm going to be the Kung Fu faction. Yeah, but you're just going to be fighting all them. The same old you're fighting any old time in the same old side-scrolly jumping up and down beat 'em up. I mean, all the devs have done is they've just had a brainstorming session to how many ways can we get them to play the same fucking game without them actually realising that it's the same fucking content. I mean, you may as well just switch this game on, go to single player, select single fight, and just go down the list of all the different people you can fight and just fight them one at a time, because that's exactly what you do in story mode, tower mode, faction mode. It's just the same game, that's all you do. Multiplayer mode's the same, except you're not fighting AI, you're fighting your friends. That's it. And how does the game play? Exactly the way it played in 1991. You've got your combination moves, you press load. I mean, I beat a guy just by looking at the wall. I wasn't even looking at the controller. I was just pressing buttons and just, I won a round. Just, you learn the combos. There's absolutely hundreds of them to learn for each different player. And I just couldn't be asked because I'm bored. I was bored literally after 1 minute. I was like, I've done all this before. I've done it before. How many more times do you have to serve the same old shite? This is the 10th incarnation, not including fucking upgrade packs that's been out over the years. And it's the same fucking game. It hasn't moved. It says in the description, the next generation. Fuck the next generation. The next generation would be a third-person, first-person, 3D fucking version of Mortal Kombat. But no, Mac, that's not what Mortal Kombat is. Mortal Kombat's essence is a 2D... Yeah, that's because they didn't have the processing power to do it in 3D back then. Now they've got no excuse. They just can't be fucking arsed. But you know what? People are buying it. People are loving it. And I can't understand it. You know what they've even done? There's even a microtransaction. If you can't pull off some of the moves, like the fatality moves, which are the cosmetic move at the end of the game, like I mentioned before, if you can't press the 4 keys properly to execute that move, you can pay them money, real fucking money, in a microtransaction to get that move simplified. Can you fucking believe that? The cheeky cunts and people will be buying it. People will buy that. Unbelievable. Then, of course, there's the usual stuff. You can download Goro. Yes. And lots of others will be coming along. You know, they'll be just making the cuts up, pulling them out. This is Wang Tang Banana Man. You can download him for $3.99, and he has a special move where bananas come out of his arse and wrap round your throat and strangle you. And people will buy it. Oh, I've got Wang Tang Banana Man. Yeah! This game is just an abomination. It's not even worth my time. I'm going to end this now. Why am I even doing this? It's fucking wank. It belongs in 1991. It's badly optimised, full of memory leaks. It's an awful port. It is much better on the consoles than it is on the PC. The PC version is an abomination. That's if you can get the to work in the first place. It's an awful game stuck in 1991. It's a fucking old style pile of wank that needs to fucking move on from its side-scrolling 2D, jumping up and down, beating them up, shit down your neck, get over here, fuck off, not worth a buy.